Welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast, podcast two of 2025. Yes, you didn't get podcast one fee, unfortunately. That was Dynamite, unfortunately, took over. But welcome back. It is Samhain part five, the last episode of NWA Powerr Samhain part five. And I'm joined, as you just heard, by my NWA Ride or Die, Miss Fiona Lochran. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, darling. Did you have a good one?
Oh, it was great. Done absolutely nothing. That was
Excellent. My kind of New Year.
Yeah, I kind of, yeah. And yes, I haven't got, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm not doing a screen at the back today. I'm just changing it up slightly so you can see my house. So, for anyone that wants to see my house can see your house. Okay. NWA. So Samhain's now done for you in general. We'll get into that in a minute. But overall, what did you make of Samhain? It was less controversial than last year, obviously. But I think,
Much,
well,
much less controversial. I actually thought it seemed to be as though it would have been a fun show to have been there to watch.
yeah, definitely show.
There was a lot of nonsense. There was some really good matches, but there was a lot of nonsense as one would expect.
You wouldn't be NWA without a lot of nonsense, shenanigans, and craziness, really, would it?
Pretty
That's the
much.
bottom line. Obviously, the start off was lovely. It was a nice little tribute to our good friend Jax, who obviously, as people will know, had passed away on Christmas Day of all days. But it was a lovely, nice video package, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, it got me a little bit in the feels, that one. He's going to be sorely, sorely missed.
I think that's the thing. I think that one of the things that I've got out of it, and not that I didn't know in the first place, but when you see the lot of the tributes that have come in, I mean, you saw the Viking Raid. I mean, I didn't even know the Viking Raiders were sort of with Jax at some point. So for those of you that
I
don't
think
know,
that was back in the ROH days.
possibly, yeah. So for those of you that don't know, on Raw this week, the Viking Raiders, or War Machine, whatever they're called now, I can't. I know they've changed their names quite a lot. They wore Jax armbands. You wore a Jax, you ripped Jax on your wrist when you done your show, this past weekend as well. But a lot of the tributes have got coming in, and I suppose sometimes you forget the journey that they've been on. When you saw tweets coming in from the likes of those guys, and there was WWE, AEW guys, Dustin Rhodes tweeted, you realize just how much impactful Jax was in wrestling without kind of even realizing his story in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he'd been around for quite some time and he'd worked in so many different promotions over the years that he had a wide reach, a really, really wide reach.
Indeed, he did, and he will be sorely missed by us, by everybody as well in wrestling. But it was a lovely way to kick off NWA. So, with only two matches on the card this week.
That caught me off guard. I was not expecting that this week.
No, I was kind of wondering if there was going to be a third match thrown in between, but there were two matches, two title matches, probably arguably two of the most important, well, definitely the most important championship in NWA, the 10 pounds of gold, the tag team match that kicked off Knox Murdoch, Blunt Force Trauma, Smalls is in the shark cage, albeit not hoisted. He's just in
He
the
just in the
smallest.
cage.
It's like a mouse, like a little cage you'd put your hamster in, wouldn't it? Like, is
There's
that?
always got to be a gimmick, though. It's Alan, hasn't there? Let's be honest.
Yes, it definitely has to be. Do you know what though? Like, we're going to get in touch. There's so much shenanigans in this as well. But when the match got started, it was just it was like a solid old school beating the shit out of each other tag match.
Kind of tag that I like, and I will say it till I'm blue in the face.
It
Four
was
big guys just going for it.
They did, and they did go crazy. I mean, Murdoch hit a bulldog off the top rope.
I know, he looks so good right now.
He does. He is on fire right now, Trevor Murdoch. But of course, it wouldn't be BFT A without Aron and B without shenanigans. And he hit the
Uh-oh.
loaded glove in this as
He did
well.
indeed. It wouldn't be a BFT match without that.
It certainly wouldn't be.
Not that I'm saying the guys can't win without the loaded glove, but it does help.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, the amount of times they've hit it during their tag title reign, that they've needed the loaded glove to get the job done. You would think, actually, you would even think, go as far as saying they did need it, although they didn't.
Yeah.
But
But they
that
came out, they came out so hungry for this.
they
So
did.
hungry for this. They want those belts back. Obviously, Trevor and Mike are not willing to give them up, but they came out fighting.
They really did it. The whole night had a big fight, or the whole episode had that big fight feel to it anyway, because
Yeah.
there was only two matches, but they were really important. They had matches with two stories that have sort of capitalize or whatever the word is, kind of word of the NWA in 2024 has revolved around Latimer EC3, revolved around Kenzie in a way, but also in terms of feud wise, revolved around these two teams as well.
Yeah, very much so. It's been a long running thing. It's been going on for probably a good part of the last year, if not
Definitely.
all of it.
Yeah, well, if you think even go back to the last Samhain, it was Blunt Force Trauma, Knox and Murdoch in the Knights of the Round Table.
That's right. Yeah. So it's been a long time coming.
It has been, and but it wasn't just the end of the shenanigans at this point. Now, all of a sudden, there was sort of commotion outside on the sort of entrance, quite a small entranceway when you got the cage in there as well. Out comes FA Rolando himself and Slade. They threw Jared into the shark cage or whatever you want to call it. They had trouble unlocking the door though.
Yeah, it took Slade a little bit longer than I was anticipating on that one.
They couldn't find the key, I don't think at first. And then obviously that may have come off of Jared when he got thrown into the cage, and then you can see Slade unlocking it. And then when Rolando got in there, Jesus, he was throwing haymakers at Smalls,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah, the Rolando and Smalls in a very small cage. That was interesting,
It
to say
really
the
was.
least.
They were going
And
at
Sam
it.
Stackhouse.
Yeah, what is that? I mean, okay, yeah, let's just talk about this.
Sam Brickhouse, more like.
Brick shit house, more
Yeah.
like. Okay, so they're throwing haymakers in the cage, and Smalls is busted open at this point. All of a sudden, this ginormous big guy takes up my phone. Obviously, I'm watching it on the NWA X channel, so my phone is taken up by this near 400-pound behemoth that comes out of nowhere. He attacks Slade. He drags Rolando out of the cage. Smalls then comes out of the cage, and as you say, his name's Sam Stackhouse. I mean, I
Well,
don't
we
know.
think it was Sam Stackhouse. Let's be honest with you. If you listen to comms, they weren't sure, and they were like, "But it says Sam Stackhouse on his shirt." And then they were like, "How did we miss him backstage?" Which popped me. I thought that was quite funny.
That was a great line. I can't remember who said it. It might have been Deals that said that. How did we miss him? I mean, he's probably 6 foot, I don't know, what, 8, 9?
I don't know. He would take up my entire screen
Yeah, that's what I
if he
mean.
was sitting here right now.
He's got to be close to 400 pounds. So you wouldn't necessarily, unless where was he hiding? I have no
Behind a
idea.
curtain somewhere, like a curtain, just
Curtain,
like
he would
at a corner.
10. I want to go as far as Kurt. But anyway, he comes out and starts. We don't even know the relationship between him and Smalls. What was going on there?
No idea.
They drag Rolando into the ring at this point. Smalls hits a springboard moonsault. And then Sam Stackhouse himself climbs to the set.
Moonsaults.
Yeah, climbs.
Friggin' moonsault on Orlando.
I feel like Rolando was a pang at that point. You could have just needed a spatula to dig it. So
And
he
just, yeah, like a pancake off the ring.
literally was like squatted by
But
Stackhouse.
what I want to know is what was going on with the tag teams because obviously there was no one else in the ring, so they were all outside the ring. Like we never
Yeah.
really saw how the four of them ended up outside the ring.
No,
What was going on outside the ring? At one point, Rolando's in the ring before he gets squished, and you just see Trevor's like eyes and his hands trying to pull himself up on the side. So I don't even know what happened. Like the action went to Rolando and Small, so we missed what was going on
yeah,
between the two tag teams. So I have no idea what got us to the situation where the four of them were not in the ring fighting.
no idea. But when the action got back into the ring after Rolando was basically squashed into the ring by Sam Stackhouse and a moonsault, then they hit the high-low onto Carnage, who was he the legal man? I mean, we don't even know.
We don't, but before that, Noxie picks up
Oh,
Rolando
yeah.
and literally just launches him. Like I have never seen someone picked up so easily. Like he was like a feather. Just literally picks him up and launches him over the top rope onto BFT and Aron.
Oh,
So
what?
yeah, poor Rolando El Jefe got a little bit of a little bit of a doing at this point.
I mean, El Jefe, I don't know if he's got medical insurance. He may have needed it at the end with this one.
Mm.
It was, yeah, so they got launched in. Then they hit the high low on Carnage for the 1, 2, 3. They retained the titles. Was Carnage the legal man? Who knows
Who
what was going
knows?
on?
Who
What was
knows? I'd
going
kind of
on?
lost track by this point.
And then it didn't get worse because then Aron gets locked in the cage.
Yeah. that was interesting.
Get locked in the cage. He gets thrown around a bit as well in the cage. They
He gets
like,
soaked, a couple of drinks thrown on him, a couple of
in
bottles of
fact,
water, somebody's soda from the
beer, wasn't it?
audience.
I thought it was beer.
I
I
don't
don't.
know. I don't know because the first cup that was handed to Trevor looked like a styrofoam one with a lid and a straw. So I thought maybe it was lemonade or something.
Yeah,
But
soda.
then it
Yeah.
was bottles of water that getting thrown on them. I have never seen Aaron look so dejected in my life.
Some people say he'll have it. He had it coming.
Potentially,
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe he had it coming after all those times, all the times he cost BFT, all the times
I,
he cost Knox and Murdoch, sorry, the
I don't
championship.
know. But I love the fact. So they tried to launch the cage into the ring steps. And then I love the fact that they rolled the cage round so that the door was on the bottom,
Yeah,
so he couldn't get out.
he couldn't get
Like,
out even.
and he's literally just sitting there. He's like me on a really, really bad day when I've had a shit day and I'm just sitting in the shower, not even standing. I'm just sitting in the shower and the water's pouring on me and I'm just like, he reminded me of that because he was literally in the cage, just like life is shit, basically. So
And Aaron, so you basically Aaron was taking you back to your shit day if you have a really bad day. That the
yeah.
next time, if you have a really crap day, lock yourself in a cage and push it down so you can't get out the door.
Yeah. Or maybe
Maybe,
not.
or maybe not. Just a thought, maybe not. But that was a crazy way. And again, that was about 20 minutes, the whole of this. I mean, it was like a 41-minute episode. Yeah, 41-minute episode.
So it was so nice to have a long match because the last couple episodes of matches have been really short. And I kind of
Yeah.
feel like that's a bit of a downfall for NWA for me. Like I'm just getting into the match and then it's over. So for this to go on,
Mm.
I mean, it was a bit nuts. And part of me's like, damn it, I would have liked to have seen the tag teams just have a straightforward tag
Yeah.
match. But obviously, with Smalls being in the shark cage, there was always going to be something.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it was quite funny watching Aaron get get what was coming to him, so to speak.
A push.
Um, but yeah, obviously, Knox and Murdoch retained that,
He
and that
did.
was the right answer, basically, the right outcome for me.
The right answer. They'll go to Looks That Kill, which was taped in December. I don't know if we're going to see that next week. I don't know what they didn't announce anything, no.
No, they haven't yet. I don't know.
So we will find out what we get when it returns. I did like after because they'd done an interview with EC3 before the main event. Because obviously there was, as I said, there was only two matches. And I loved it because it was like, Latimer proved everybody right. He proved me right. I'm the one that made Latimer, but I'm still the leader of everything. And I
Yeah.
loved that.
EC3 can cut a promo without a shadow of a doubt.
Yes.
He's so intense and so like I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I always EC3, I think we spoke about this before. EC3 is always one of these people that when he talks, you stop and you listen.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, he is. I love it. I love EC3 for that. I love his promo. I just love the fact that like it's a mind game, isn't it? It's all in your head with EC3. Like, and that kind of promo would have put the doubt in his head potentially because of Latimer's head because of the way it's all about EC3. However, when EC3 started making his way to the ring, and I still love the music. That is like a final boss. It's like a Roman Reigns style entrance it's no words. It's just, it's
Yeah.
brilliant. The yeah, I think it was Joe Gardy was saying there was a different look in EC3's eyes. He looks dejected as he was because he's not the champion anymore. And it was like I really love how they played into that fact on there.
Yeah. And he definitely had something to prove.
Yeah. He did. He certainly did. He made his way to the ring music. It was different. Everything about him just felt different. It wasn't that aura that normally surrounds when he had the 10 pounds of gold and the music, and there was
Yeah.
that aura about him, and you were like, wow, didn't have that aura when he come out this time.
Yeah. I don't know whether he was thinking too much about what potentially lay ahead or what. I have no idea. All I will say is he looked incredible. Both of them looked
Oh,
incredible. They're in the shape of their lives, the two of them.
yeah, the two of them looked absolutely. And Latimer's music changed as well.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
I
it
think
did.
so. Yeah, because his music hit and I was like,
Who's
I was a
this?
little bit confused by it. So I think it must have done.
It did. But EC3 being EC3, and again, maybe a mind game, didn't let the bell ring. before.
Straight in, massive spear, straight in a triple German suplex.
And then the one percenter, and everyone's like, it's
Like,
done,
he just
done.
went for it. I mean, if you want to win your belt back, you might as well go guns blazing and go all out. And he certainly did. And I was like, oh, Tom's in trouble here.
Tom was in trouble, and it was they hit the one percenter, hit the gun. He got a close two count on that one, close to being a free. And then the bell rang, or did it ring? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I know they were
Latimer
giving
said
the
to ring
ref a
it.
hard time for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, Latimer said to ring it after the spear. So yeah, I did. He did get the bell ring. The action spilt to the outside as well during this. A lot, some of this match as well. Latimer counters the Fez press into a spear, which I really liked. I
Yeah,
liked.
that was cool. That was
Sounds
really
really.
cool.
As we get near the end, there was a power driver onto the camera unit thing where they
I
put
know. I was like, oh, that looked sore. But the way
the,
even Tom landed on it, I was like, that's gotta hurt.
when he kind of sold. I mean, whether he was selling the effects, I don't know, but it looked like it may have hurt his back or his legs, depending
Yeah.
on the way. Because it was, I mean, I don't know how to put. They had this like black.
They
They
have
said it.
camera stands at the opposite ring posts, basically, and it's just platforms
Yeah,
for the camera guys to stand on so that they can get in the action and the ropes aren't in the way and stuff like that. And they've had them for quite a significant amount of time now, rather than just having them on the floor. So they're
yeah,
permanent. They're diagonally opposite ring posts, so they're permanent there. But right beside the ring stairs as well.
yes. Right beside the ring says the big power driver from Latimer to EC3. Looking at this point, Latimer's in total control and
Yeah,
he's looking for was it the brighter side of heaven or hell, whatever the
I
fuck.
can't remember what it's
Never
called.
remember. As he's summoning for that, all of a sudden, and shades of NWA 74 here, if I memory serves me right, the
Well, he's
Exodus gone.
well, yeah, just before you did that, because he goes to spear EC3 and the two of them are down at that point.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then some masked assailant appears.
Mask assailants. I've called them the Exodus Six because there were six of them. So I'm thinking about this, and they were
You only saw one originally though.
actually you only saw one. That was right. Joined by five others up on the ring apron, and EC3 hits the mat. Boom! They're on
And
it.
he's just sitting with his back to it all.
Yeah, sitting with his back to everything as they are taking out Lama. I'm sure one of them is Pretty Boy Smooth. I'm pretty sure one of them is Pretty Boy Smooth. It looks
Well,
because of the size.
I think that's a good shout given the fact they were all wearing Exodus Pro tracksuits and Exodus Pro masks. So
Yeah, that kind of gives it the way the fact that it was Exodus 6, or it's EC3, the triad of
EC3
EC3,
crew,
the
basically.
crew, because Exodus Pro is EC3's promotion. So there's a lot going on. But shades of NWA 74 here with this. It goes off the air with EC3 and the Marksmen. No finish to
No
this match.
finish, no bell, no DQ, no nothing. You would presume it was a DQ, but there was no call made, so it literally goes off the air with Tom face down in the ring and all seven, EC3 and the six, surrounding him. So,
Yeah.
and it goes off the air with no music either.
No music, just the EC3 and the Exodus. Is this like a takeover? Are they looking to take over the NWA? Like,
I have no idea.
is this the start of an invasion angle thing that they're starting? Perhaps. I mean, potentially. I don't know. I mean, this is
So many
question.
options, so many
So,
possibilities.
but it's
But
such a good way
that's
to go.
definitely a side of EC3 that I'm not sure I'm keen on.
Ooh, don't say that. We don't want you to say.
I'm not sure. Like he is like I know Will Ospreay's called the cerebral assassin and all that, and
Aerial assassin.
Well, Ariel. So yeah,
Cerebral's Triple H.
yeah. Well, that's it. Like he's definitely a mind game man, and I don't know. I wonder what's next for him.
Well,
This
what
is
isn't it?
it's not over. It's not over.
Oh.
There's no way it's over.
However, funny we should say that it's not over because we don't know who Latimer's facing at looks that kill. What we do know, unfortunately, is that he wins because, and the reason why there's lots of reasons why I know that. He's taking on Tommy Dreamer this coming Saturday for the championship for the NWA championship. That's how one of the
That'll
reasons.
be fun.
That'll be a fun match. But moving on in a week's time, they are basically they're taping Shockwave from Forney, Texas, and some more matches have been announced. Obviously, there is a number one contenders tournament
Yep.
there
It's
for
an eight
the
man, isn't it?
Eight-man tournament. The winner will take on Latimer another, I suppose, at another show later on. But some more matches have been announced. We spoke about it last week. We said that obviously Baron was facing Pretty Boy Smooth, funnily enough, from EC3's promotion. EC3 will be at ringside. That kind of now ties into it because we were
Yeah.
wondering why EC3 was at ringside. We said because it's the Exodus Pro Championship or whatever. But now it makes sense. If Pretty Boy Smooth is one of his masked men, which I think that he is, makes more sense now as to why EC3's going out there against the
That
Baron.
gives me the fear for Baron.
Worried now, yeah, big time. Because if it's just those two, but you've got five others potentially who we need to work out who they are. I need to go back and have a look. I know one of them's got tattoos on his arm, and I need to work out the tattoo and then go and look at the Exodus Pro stuff. And maybe this time when we do the review next week, I'll be able to give you some more. Or actually, maybe later on when we're talking to G's, we'll talk about that in a minute. But another match has been announced for the Contenders Tournament. That match being Wrecking Ball Legursky of the Fixers against Southern Six's Kerry Morton.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
How, wow. Obviously, Legursky has been working really hard. He
Yeah.
is not quite the same man that we knew him as before
Nope.
in terms of size, but how Kerry's got to be the underdog in that match. Got to.
Although, does he
But
come
but
slightly?
Southern Six,
Mm-hmm.
you
But
just never know with them, do you? Let's be honest.
Silas Mason could, the biggest man ever,
Ricky in his corner?
could have Ricky. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, he could have. He could have.
We know
Could
Ricky's not shy of a wee trick or two to get what he wants, so
very, very true. We'll see. Obviously, when it airs. Oh, this is taping next weekend. Another match on there is the NWA Tag Team Championship. So again, we know that if Murdoch and Knox and Murdoch are defending the championships at Looks a Kill, we know that they win. However, they got a match against the Slime Bars.
know that. Yeah.
My Carl impression though. Did you no, no, didn't work, no. Okay.
No comment.
Thanks. And then in another contenders match, another tournament match, Birchill will be taking on Zion
That'll be interesting with Idol.
with Austin Idol, of course, at ringside. So Zion's been on a losing streak though recently.
He has. Yeah, I think that might actually be quite a tough match for Burchill.
It will be. It'll be a tough match for Zion as well.
Yeah,
But
I'm
competitive.
actually quite looking forward to that one, as long as Idol doesn't get too involved in it.
That's what we got to watch for. If he will get involved, we don't know. We won't know yet. Anyway, certainly won't know until it airs. Probably what was it? Maybe March time.
Did you see Idol's tweet last night?
I did not. Tell me.
So let me see if I can find this while we're talking about him. So
Yeah.
Idol tweeted out something last night about wrestling, but it was basically about Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
And he tweeted out, obviously there's a bit of back in the day, there was a little bit of I would say Hulk Hogan vibes about Austin, but obviously Austin was there
Yeah.
before he was. And oh, I bet I can't find it now. Oh, it's gone.
Maybe you deleted it.
But it was basically a photo of Idol back in the day and a photo of Hulk Hogan. And apparently Hulk Hogan had said back in the day, he's like, I'm gonna steal that gimmick and make it Hulkamania. So he was basically saying that
Wow.
that Hogan had stolen his gimmick and made it his own.
And made millions.
Yeah, oh, that's bugging me. I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find it, but it's gone. That's annoying me now. I wish I'd taken it. I wonder if I've liked it.
Hopefully you did.
I'm gonna keep talking amongst yourselves. I'm gonna keep looking.
Oh, interesting. So I'm just reading through. I've gone onto Wikipedia and I'm reading through the current match list for
Uh-huh.
uh sorry for Shockwave. I'll get it right. Before I get into the last match, there was another match on here that I hadn't seen before that now makes a bit more sense from what I was talking about earlier on. The Country Gentlemen, AC and KC with JC, will be going against Eric Smalls and Sam Stackhouse.
Eric Smalls versus Sam
No, no, no,
Stackhouse.
no, no, no. The Country Gentlemen against Smalls and Stackhouse.
Okay,
According to Wikipedia, that is. According to Wikipedia. There
there
we
you
go.
go.
Little and
I had
large.
not known that. I found it. It was on Twitter.
Ah,
So this
good.
is it here. So this
Uh-huh.
is it. And basically it says, quote, so guess what? Hulk Hogan's going to steal it and it's going to be Hulkamania. And this is the quote. And it says underneath, Hulk Hogan to Mick Foley on stealing from Austin Idol. And Austin's posted, be original. All it takes is being extremely creative. Some have it, some don't. No biggie. You want to be in the wrestling business or you're in it but no success. Get your head right and decide what you want. 2025 is here and things are changing, especially enrollment fees at Austin Idol's Universal Wrestling College.
There
And
you
it's a
go.
plug for his school, obviously. But I don't know how well you can see that picture.
Yeah, I
Like it's
can.
not very
Yeah.
focused. But yeah, you can see where.
Yeah. You can see it.
So yeah, apparently Hogan stole Idol's gimmick. I had no idea. Who knew?
Who knew that, and who knew how many millions they said it would make Hulk Hogan? Obviously with the WWE machine behind it at the end of the day as well. But crazy. But now here's the one, and you laughed when I sent you this the other day because finally, right now
He's
he's
finally here. It's like the
he's got to be at Looks That Kill anyway. But if by any stretch he's not, what we will 1,000,000% see at Shockwave, Mike Mondo in an NWA ring. Finally.
yeah, it's finally happening.
I'm certain he's
Adam
going
is happy. The wonders will never cease.
I I'm certain he's going to be at Looks That Kill. I'm sure that he tweeted out about him being anyway. But regardless of that, Mike Mondo will be at Shockwave for the NWA, and he will be going against. He's going to have a national heavyweight championship match against Big Strong Mims.
That'll be fun.
And you've seen a picture of Mike Mondo, so you know that he's beef.
I have, yeah. I will, yeah.
He is beef. But obviously, Mims is going to be in the ring. He's obviously going to have his manager at ringside. Someone who, in around, I don't know, 9 hours, 10 hours time, will be speaking to for the NWA Spotlight, Black G's.
Yay! I'm so excited for this chat tonight.
I am really excited for it as well. Black G. So that is something that we got coming up on the show a bit later on. We'll be recording it, sorry, a bit later on today at Black G's. But that was NWA, 78,000 views in 2 days, which is
That's good. That
very,
makes me
very good.
happy. There's still no signs, considering where we were at this time
Mhm.
last year and
Yeah.
how angry and how pissed off I was about the whole thing, and eventually caving in and getting the VPN and everything, which I'm still paying for, even though I don't need now. Um, and obviously it being free on X now.
Yeah.
So we're in a much better position than we were this time last year, which is great news for wrestling fans.
Yeah.
There's no sign of them moving from X at the moment,
No.
which is also good news. If it's working for them, it's not broke. Don't try and fix it, basically.
Yeah,
Who
I would
knows
agree with
what
it.
will happen down the line, though.
Well, let's hope for now. We've got it pretty sorted for now anyway. That's the good
I
thing.
just wanted to bring back the SLEs. Bring back your signature live events. Put them on pay-per-view. I miss them. Billy, listen to me. I miss a night. I miss getting up at 1:30 in the morning to watch a show till 4 a.m. with my snacks and seeing it all in a 1 hour.
He's sealing it all in one. I mean, we don't know if this is going to happen for hard times because one thing it's not saying is that it's a taping, and they are taping
No,
somewhere
still
else.
trying to work that out.
So we're still
I
trying to
have
see that.
my ticket. I have every intention of being there, but I'm just not quite sure how I'm going to get there yet.
See, the other thing I would say is actually Shockwave doesn't have anything about it being a power taping either, but we know that it is. Well, we
Yeah,
kind of
it
gathering
will
that
be,
it
I'm
is because
sure. But then
they've
they've also
not.
got the Tampa tapings as well in February. They've got Tampa TV tapings, but just one day. I think it's the 2nd of February.
That would be one day. They could probably get what 3 or 4 weeks,
One
depending on.
day, I'm pretty sure it was the 2nd. I will check my calendar. It's a I know it's a Sunday. Yeah, Sunday the 2nd of February, they're taping at Tampa at PBS again. So
Okay, so we've got something there, but we just have to see what they've got there. But we'll see. We will see. But that wraps up NWA Samhain. Doesn't wrap up what we're doing, though, Fee. You've got a lot of stuff going on. So have I. What's going on in your world?
January's actually pretty quiet for me, which is
Ah,
good. January technically really is quite a quiet month for wrestling over here. I have shows at the end of the month with JR.
Yeah.
And then my actual MCing kind of kicks off again in February with some bits and pieces. So yeah, inside the ropes of JR. I think some of the general admission tickets might actually be sold out. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
But itrtix.com in London, Manchester, and Glasgow at the end of the month. So that'll be fun. Looking
Well,
forward to it.
I may be joining you for the London show. I'm going to have a chat when I get back to work next week, and hopefully I can be there to see you and of course JR at London.
Oh,
I'd
obviously
like
you're
to,
just
of
coming to see me.
course, absolutely. I mean, I don't know about
It's
the Hall of
been
Fame.
too long.
Well, it was what Bischoff, right?
Yeah, God, that was ages ago.
So I need to make an effort. Obviously, London is the place. The Dome, down at the Dome, I think it's called, right?
Tufnell Park, yeah.
At Tufnell Park, near the tube station. VIP tickets are, I think, 60, I want to say 65.
I
65 or
should know all
69,
of
something
this.
like
You know
that.
more than I do.
I should I don't even work for them fee. And I'm no, but no, that is going to be great. See JR, but there's got two other tours. I know you may not be on them, but there's two other tours from Inside the
Yeah,
Ropes,
we've
right?
got Million Dollar Man in March and also Ted DiBiase. Million Dollar Man isn't also Ted, same person. Million Dollar Man in March and also Hacksaw Jim Duggan in March as well, which will be good. I've never met Mr. DiBiase. I've worked with Mr. Duggan on a couple of occasions. I know that they'll be good shows without a doubt. So I'm looking forward to hearing all about them. I'll be at the Glasgow Million Dollar Man show. Can't get the time off for the other ones. And as for Jim Duggan, I am planning on being in the States at that point. If that falls through, then I will be on the tour. So who knows?
We'll find out, nevertheless. And how was the last shows of the year for your other companies up there?
They were good. We had two dates with W3L on last Friday and Saturday. No, so they were good. Good crowds and stuff as well. So it was my last show with the wonderful Craigar.
Yes.
One of my best mates in wrestling up here. He is disappearing, and I can have to say this month now. He's moving to Canada at the end of the month with
Wow.
his good lady Abby. Big loss for Scotland, big loss for the wrestling scene over here. He is, I think I called him in all my social medias, a big lovable idiot, and he is. I adore him. We've been riding together a lot for the last few years. We have country music carpool karaoke every single time, and I'm like, what am I going to do without you? So my last two shows with him, I cried like a
Ah,
stupid idiot on the second one.
Egypt.
Mainly because TJ, one of my other really good friends, TJ Rage took the mic off me at the end of their tag match, which was the main event on the second show, and proceeded to tell everyone how wonderful Krieger was and how much we were going to miss him. And I was blubbing like a fool at the end. So good luck. Canada, Scotland's loss is definitely Canada's gain. So I'm really excited to see what happens with him when he heads out there.
Is he still looking to wrestle out in Canada?
Absolutely.
Oh,
He's
they
got
keep
some stuff lined up from what I'm aware. So he'll be heading out Calgary or out Edmonton. I'm not sure which yet.
brilliant. Well, we'll
That's exciting for him. Really pleased
exciting.
for him, but I'm gonna miss his big stupid face.
You never know. He may do a few tours over in the UK in
Yeah.
some capacity.
He says he'll be back, but I'll believe it when I see it.
We'll wait and see, but good luck, Ryger, out in Canada. I'm sure you will. Never met you before, never had you on the show before, but I'm sure you will absolutely kill it over in Canada. And as Fee said, Scotland's loss is definitely Canada's gain. Right, what have we got coming up? Well, brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Right, we obviously later on today we're going to be talking to Black G's, which will be recording today at time of recording today won't be out for a
Can't
week or
wait
so.
to speak to him. I love that man. He's fabulous.
He's going to be a great one. We'll have a chat with him. Coming up in the booth tomorrow, I'm going to be recording with independent star Natalie Sykes over here from the UK. Also going back to Extreme Land with CW Anderson in the booth tomorrow. That should be fun. He's at MLW now. And Rob Drake, as well as part of Independent Showcase, will be recording with him tomorrow. Next week, I'll have North Wrestling. I've got Tig. And then next Wednesday, Fee, we're going to be going to Hollywood
Oh no, that's exciting. I'm looking
in the
forward to
booth
that too.
with at the moment currently uncontracted anywhere according to a recent interview, Hollywood Haley J. what we do know is that she won't be the NWA Women's World Champion. For those of you that already know that Kenzie Page is still, so she didn't win the NWA Women's World Championship at Looks the Kill, unfortunately, from what we know anyway, and for what's been announced anyway, that Kenzie's still the Women's World Champion. So we know that she was unsuccessful, but we'll still be talking to her next week, and then after that, big thanks to Prodigy Pro Wrestling for last weekend's absolutely nuts show. I got called a fat prick by Paul Robinson, a bald fat prick. Paul Robinson's just a bald prick himself. So it's not like
I'm anything I say at this point is going to be like taken out of context, so I'm just going to say nothing.
You say nothing. You say it best when you say nothing at all, right? That's the song.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so big thanks to Prodigy Pro Wrestling. That was a big ton of fun. I've got to make an announcement actually tomorrow regarding the Turnbuckle Championship at Ignite in February. Yeah, that'll be out tomorrow. So I can't really say any more about that at the minute. But yeah, that announcement will be out tomorrow. Ignite, February the 9th. Chapter 4, Tate Mayfair's debuts at Ignite, and he goes for gold. Not our gold, Tommy Kyle's gold. And it was also announced during the Ignite end of year review that we are bringing back Buckle Up free, date to be seen, although fee, I know I've just put it in your diary, but date to be announced. I'll be announcing the actual date of the show or in the February show, so you'll know when it's going to be. So we're looking forward to bringing that back one more time. I said one more time last year.
There's never a last time. It's wrestling. Retirements don't exist.
Retirements don't exist. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But yes, that is all we've got. Big thanks to Austin Aries this week as well, actually, for a really great interview. Really enjoyed sitting down with the greatest man that ever lived, a changed man as well in a lot of ways. But he did. It was great to have him on. Loved it. Was a very fascinating interview. And Shelly Martinez as well was bundle of fun. Look out for those when they go in. But Fee, as always, we're assuming NWA's back on next week. We haven't been told any of the difference. So with that, shall we do this again next week?
I think we shall.
Until then, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and goodbye.